that you can be there too if you're just willing to hang in there long enough to make it happen. And it's funny talking to some of these guys when you ask them questions, general questions like, say, tell me, what's the structure of your group? What's the structure of your group when you hit agency manager? And they'll tell you typically, well, we had one large organization. And I asked them, well, was that represent about half or more of your volume? They go, yeah, how did you know? Well, I kind of know these things. And then you probably had another second leg that kind of either a producer, probably a producer, and maybe they're bringing on a few people, but you have another second or third leg of, circles of people that are doing a little bit of something, and then a little bit of with outside that. 7 issue paid legs, and like they all said, yeah, how'd you know? I go, I kind of know. About 20 unique writing agents. Yeah, how'd you know? Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. About 20, maybe 25. I mean, it doesn't take a ton of people. It just takes hanging there long enough and finding the right ones. One thing for sure, that it's a business of finding the right people, not making them. Clearly, it's just finding the right people. You don't make them. Because it's like, well, how'd you find this guy? Well, he came out of depth. This guy knew this guy. And so what did you do? Did you do anything special? It's like, man, I have no idea what I did to make that guy do what he did. I go, yeah, you really didn't have any effect on him, did you? Well, I was his friend. I got him through stuff. That's about it. They just kind of, kept plugging in. They kept following me. They kept going with me to places. They were like, when I was with Andy, they were right next to me. I mean, it was like I couldn't shake them. Right? You always go agency manager and key leader with a wingman or wing woman. There's always one person that's doing what you're doing, right? They're doing what you're doing. You're finding your wingman or wing woman that's doing what you're doing, and then once you find that one person, then there's someone underneath them that wants to do what you guys are doing, and there's someone in with that wants to do what you're doing. That's how you go agency manager. It's kind of like a team builder structure of duplicators. And that's how you go agency manager. So what is a team builder structure? A team builder structure is you look at the promotion guidelines and you look at team builder, and team builder is one person who's got a business developer. That's one person with one person underneath them and an IBA. So if you take that structure of a team builder where you got 2 legs and one leg has one leg, right? You take that structure, and those aren't like in a team builder structure. Those are just producers that produce at least one policy each issue paid, and you do total 10,000 as a group. Well, you take that team builder structure. I know I don't have my join me on, but I got to draw this. This is how I think. You got 2 legs, and then one of those legs has one person underneath. You go agency manager, just put a big D in those circles. Okay, so if you're drawing it with me, you got you at the top, and then you draw 2 legs, 2 circles, and then one of those circles has one person underneath. Put D in each one of those. So you got 3 duplicators doing what you're doing. This is how you go agency manager. It's not like 50 circles. It's 3 duplicators, one who has one and one in with. And that's how you're going to go agency manager. In my years, 16 years of doing it, this is how it goes down. And that first leg will be half your volume or more, and then the rest of your volume comes out of the next duplicator's leg and a bunch of width. A bunch meaning 7 issue paid legs. That's kind of the formula, whether they're producers or builders, 7 issue paid legs. So draw next to those 2 in width, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles, and draw lines direct to you. And you can put B/P, B/P. That means builders/producers, 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 right? And then you draw a circle around the duplicator that has a duplicator underneath them. Draw a circle around that and put 25,000 plus That's the volume. And then draw a bracket, draw a circle around the rest of the circles next to it, and put 25,000 plus. And that is your agency managership. That's the realistic picture of your agency manager, because you need a key leader, which is those two duplicators. That's going to be a key leader. And then the next duplicator could be a team. You need a team leader. So the next duplicate could be a producer or a builder. You got a team leader structure, and you're 7 you should pay legs and width. It's better to have more, okay, because you qualify consistently every month, but that's what it is. It's very simple. So what is a duplicator? Duplicator, okay, so let's define the D. D equals B plus P, okay, a builder and a producer, okay, and then underneath that, you can put they recruit every week. They show the plan every week. Okay, they recruit every week. They produce every week. I don't care if they're producing 5,000 a week or 1,000 a week. They're consistently doing both those things. And number 3, they listen to you. Okay? They're listening to you. Okay? And then here's the other bullet, 18-player steps. Okay, so under the B plus P, put in bullets, recruiter, they recruit every week, they produce every week, they listen to you, they do the 18-player steps. And then another bullet is they edify. Okay? They edify. Golly, I wish I had my join me on, but that's okay. They edify. They know how to edify properly. In other words, they edify the system. Okay, so under edify, write these bullets. They edify the system. Under the system, they put this under edify. So these are the bullet points under edify. They edify the system. They edify Andy Albright. They edify the upline. Okay, and then they edify you as their upline. They edify you. So they edify the system, they edify Andy Albright, they edify their upline, okay, and they edify you. Okay, so that's someone who's on the process of duplicating. Okay, to me that's a duplicator. You know, the 18-player steps. They do all the 18-player steps a little bit. They don't do all of them 1,000%, but they don't lop off one. They don't do 7 out of 8. They do 8 out of 8. So 18-player steps is 8. Right next to it, put 8 out of 8, you know, at least a little bit, you know, 10%. I'd rather have someone who does all 8, 10% than, you know, one who does 7, 100%. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's duplicator is B plus P, builder plus producer. Okay, then the bullet points are they recruit every week, they produce every week, they listen to you, they do the 18-player steps, they edify. Who do they edify? What do they edify? They edify the system, they edify Andy Albright, they edify the upline, your upline, and they edify you. All right? That is a duplicator. You find that person who does those, and you find 2 in width and 1 in depth underneath those duplicators, you're going to go agency manager. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. Because you're doing every one of those things. All right? So when does a duplicator become a leader? Okay, so let's define a leader. Okay, so write down leader. Let's put these bullet points. What defines a leader, a duplicating leader? Okay, someone becomes a leader, and these are the characteristics of a leader. Number 1, they listen. Okay? Number 2, they work. Okay, number 3, they get results. Okay, so the first one of a leader is they listen to you. The second one is they put the work in. Number 3, they get results. In other words, they are recruiting people independent of you. They are producing independent of you. They're getting results independent of you. Not that you want everyone to be, because sometimes there's independent of you and not listening to you. Okay, they're getting results. Number 4, quality of a leader is they get edified. They're edified by the system, by Andy Albright, by you, and in parentheses, they still listen to you after they get edified. Okay, because sometimes people believe their own edification, and they read their press clippings and they think they're all that. Okay, they aren't all that. They're just a product of the system, and they realize that being a product of the system, they have the power to edify others. They still edify the system. They edify Andy Albright. They still edify Upline. They edify you, and they still listen to you because you are all these things plus, right, the next one, which is number 5. Okay, number 5, they handle negative on their own. Okay, they handle negative on their own. So the 5 qualities, and this is sort of the ladder of leadership, 1 through 5. Number 1, they listen. Number 2, they work. Number 3, they get results. Number 4, they get edified. And in parentheses, they still listen to you. And number 5, they handle negative on their own. That's when a duplicator becomes a leader. And when you can find 6 leaders in with, you're a board member. You get to EVP, you go through EVP and become a board member. Right? It sounds simple, but it isn't. It takes a lot of work. That's why we make a lot of money. But it takes not only a lot of work, but a lot of perseverance. And here's the thing. You cannot make anybody these things. You can't make someone a duplicator. All you can do is be an example of a duplicator and find people that will do what you do. You can't make them do any of these things. You can't make them, you find them. So the process of finding them is the mundane that you have to master. And if you can do it every day, God bless you, man. You will be wealthy. You will get everything you want out of this business if you do this every day, every week. Now, I don't want to say it's a daily thing, but it's a weekly thing where you're showing the plan, you're producing, right? You're a duplicator growing to a leader. So that's the formula for becoming an agency manager. And how do you go from agency manager to district manager to RM above? Is you wash, rinse, repeat. It's another group, another team builder group of duplicators that you put in out of your farm team. Okay, so let's define that term. What is your farm team? Your farm team is the people outside of your legs that are duplicating you. That's your farm team. You've got to fill up your farm club. It's like, why do you have AA, AAA farm clubs for Major League Baseball, right? You want to have a crop of players that are coming up that you can draw upon to make your team strong, right? And then you got people that, don't work out, and you got to send them back down to your farm club, to your, minor league, so they can get their crap together, and then they come back up and start playing in the major leagues. Well, everyone you bring on and recruit is part of your farm club. It's a farm club system. So the largest, the most successful teams have a large group of farm club players that play AA, AAA ball that is working on their craft, getting better, knowing how to become a Major League Baseball player. And when their time is to come up, they put enough work in, they're getting recognized. When it's time for them to make the bigs, they get brought up to the major leagues, right? Except the thing is, you got to do your work here. It's the same thing. So the people in your farm club, they will identify themselves are people that step up. That's the one thing is they identify themselves. You don't make them. You find them. You find them by putting them in your farm club. That's why you got to get wide as a fat baby's butt, gang. And that's why you got to find lists of people. That's why you got to build people underneath those people so you have opportunities multiple opportunities to work. Every person has a warm market list of 200 people they know, and probably a strong credibility factor with 50 people that have credibility, that they have credibility with. And you're looking for the sharp one of those 50, the sharpest ones. People that got their minds right, they got their marriage right. Okay, they fit the profile of someone who's productive, they're ambitious, right? And sometimes you really don't know until you ask the question if they're interested in making money, right? So your farm club is your width of agents and people that they're bringing on through their warm market, all right? A strong farm club is wide, 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 deep, deep, deep. Okay, so wide and deep. So as wide as you can get and as deep as you can get with each one of those opportunities. So when you get two people, when you got one person who has a person, oh my gosh, that is a tremendous, your opportunity to find a duplicator out of that goes up more than 2 times. It's almost like exponential. Because if that person finds one person, now you've doubled the opportunities of people they know. And so it's a multiplication factor, not an addition factor. So when you find someone for someone and they're willing to let you into their sphere of influence, man, you just doubled your opportunity to find a duplicator. You get another person for that person who is one down from the person direct to you, man, that just went up 3 times. Well, 3 times plus. It's like exponential. You have more opportunities to find that one duplicator you're looking for who becomes the leader. So you got to go wide and you got to go deep, and then you create a mega farm club of people that you can draw from that fills in the legs that you need to go AM, DM, RM, right? VP, EVP. That's how this works, gang. It's a farm club system. If you didn't know, that's why you recruit to build your farm club, to find your duplicators and eventual leaders. Do you see how that works? It's a flow. It is a flow. I wish I could just take a picture of this. I might just take a picture of this board and send it to y'all. So you can see how my crazy brain draws this out. But, yeah, that's the formula. That is the formula. And here's what makes it beautiful. That anybody you plug into, to any one of our agency managers' hotspots, you can feel safe. And you can trust that their training is going to be right on. I promise you. You can trust that their training is going to be solid. They'll be mentored properly. We're all talking from the same playbook. Man, you have just hit the jet stream of building NAA, building the alliance, because the leadership team is tight. We got our act together. We totally got our act together here. So I just got Karen said, yes, please. So I'll take a picture of this so you can visualize. In fact, I'll put Farm Club. This is your farm system. Farm system. Anyway, so I'm going to unmute and see if anybody's got any questions. All right. Anyone got any questions about what I covered?
Hey, Alex.
Right, cool. Yes. Hey, Bill.
Hey, I don't have a question. I just wanted to make sure that I wait until everybody else had a chance to jump in with questions. I just wanted to say something. You know, you talked about Gary a little earlier, and
yes.
You know, seeing things from the other side. You know, I'm here with Gary all the time. We see each other at least 2 or 3 times a week. You know, I can just validate what you were saying, and I know that. You know, sometimes people will say things face to face that are complimentary just to be nice, but what Gary told you down in Cabo was, you know, with all sincerity. He really appreciates all the help that you gave him and all the help that Patrick gave him. And I think, seriously, there were a few times there when that was all that kept him in the business. But, of course, now, you know, he's done all the hard work and has climbed the mountain to a certain point, and I can guarantee you will continue to see great things from him.
I totally agree, man. I totally agree. And, again, I trust everything that he's doing with you out there and you associating with him and being with him. He's probably helped you stay in. I imagine. We all help each other at some.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Hey, one other thing, real quick.
Yes, please.
I ordered a couple weeks ago. We talked about you can't teach a kid to ride a bike at a seminar, so I went ahead and ordered that book. And I'm about 8/10 of the way through it, and I tell you what. This should be required reading for everybody. It just makes everything crystal clear.
Doesn't it? Oh my gosh, it does.
I mean, everything you've been trying to pound into our heads, over the last few years is right here in this book. A while ago you said something about an unpaid consultant, and I thought, wow, that's what I feel like. I wonder where he got that. My God, there it is.
I let my secret out. Hey, man, Dave Sandler Institute might as well make some money. You know what I'm saying? Because they've certainly helped me make money, so I'm helping them make money. But, I mean, it's going to help you make money. So I appreciate that endorsement, Bill. I really do. That is good stuff. Oh, man. Well, guys, I'm just so fired up being in the Alliance. I'm fired up being it with you guys. I appreciate everything you all are doing, and I'm 100% behind whatever I need to help you. I'm looking forward to Jonah coming out to my office on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock, and we're going to do some dials. I may just kind of open it up for people to listen in and at 2 p.m. and Eastern Time and just listen in how, we're dialing in his list and just hear how I do it. And, that might help everybody too. So that'll be kind of fun. So anyway,
might you record that?
Yeah, I will. Ellery wants to go to my office. You don't have to, but anyway, I will record it too. I think that'd be cool. It'd be cool to have as a resource. So anyway, all right, gang, you guys fire me up. I am excited. I got a ton of interviews this afternoon, so I appreciate y'all. Take care. God bless. Let's rock and roll. Take care, buddy.